What's going on, Western Slope? Titus Cleveland here, bringing the latest sports news from this side of the mountain. CMU Hockey is lacing them up for a special cause this afternoon as they take on Northern Arizona in the 8th annual Pink in the Rink game. And trust me, this one hits different. Last year, they raised over $32 grand. All proceeds from the tickets sold, the silent auction item fund, and donations go to St. Mary's Hospital Cancer Assistance Fund. CMU's team captain Bryson Sutterby tells us why this game is so special for the players. Head coach Tim Weingart adds why and how they came up with the idea of the Pink in the Rink in the first place.
Years ago, my captain and I decided we wanted to do something bigger that stayed local. So we chose the St. Mary Cancer Assistance Fund as the charity. It affects all people with all types of cancer. So we wanted the money to stay local as well, to give back to the community that supports us. So that's why we chose that specific charitable organization.
Big thing is that we're doing something right for the community. I mean, it's local, it goes to a cause. Every one of our families has been affected by cancer at some point. So we got a player on our team who lost a sister to it. It's close to home, and being able to give back to the community that we're in and the people that actually feel it here, it just means a lot to us.
Coach Weingart also tells us they've raised around $140,000 over the last 7 years for the St. Mary's Cancer Assistance. And you can see the line was all the way to the back as they were out there looking to show support for the CMU Mavericks Hockey Club. And 14 straight wins, a playoff spot secured, and one leader at the heart of it all. Olivia Reed-Tyne, she's the engine driving the Mavericks forward, setting the tone as they push for an RMAC championship. I had the opportunity to $34 points in back-to-back games, 15 double-doubles this season. That's pretty impressive. How do you balance, being dominant on the floor as well as being a leader that this team needs?
I think I always just try to keep my focus the same on each game and try my best to go in with the same mindset no matter how the previous game was. And so I just try to go in with the mindset that no matter what happens, I'm just going to control what I can control, and I always can control my effort and my rebounding.
What's been the biggest challenges you have to come, one physically and then also mentally?
Physically, it's kind of just balancing, especially as I've gotten older, just balancing, still putting that work in on the floor and getting those reps, but then also taking care of my body and myself and knowing when to kind of pull back a little bit. And then mentally, I think it's just trying to stay level-headed as much as I can in terms of not letting points specifically dictate how I feel about how I play and my confidence and that sort of thing, and just try to treat each game and each basket and each possession the same, no matter how the last result was.
Where did that come from, that to remain humble regardless of how many points?
Growing up, my parents never really, and they still to this day, never talk about my stats or the accolades and that sort of stuff. And so I think because of that, I'm able to be a little bit looser.
How have you benefited from having Olivia on the floor?
She's always the person that we go to when we're struggling, and she always comes up with it. She just finds a way, and she's done that since her freshman year, which is really impressive.
If you could just be selfish for 30 seconds, what are some personal goals you prioritize?
I wasn't first team All-American, so I think that would be pretty cool to get. Maybe one day, whether it's this year or next year, maybe regional player of the year or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I try not to think about it too much.
Olivia and the Mavericks clinched at least a share of the RMAC regular season yesterday with a 77-74 win over third-place Black Hills State.